it is difficult to describe the entire data set of an individual. So there we are going to use the concept of an average. The sum of all quantities divided by the number of quantities will give the average. The single value which is very close or the value or typical value is called as an average. Hello dear students, welcome to this session of basic mathematics class. I am Mr. Niranjan, Department of Mathematics, Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Today in this session I am going to take very simple and easiest chapter and very important chapter, that is averages. This is very important chapter, so you may expect one 2 marks question, 1 mark question and one 3 marks question from this chapter. Now let us move on to what is the use, what is the meaning of these averages. Now let us know what is the averages. Now in introduction, now average, or it is also called as average value. Average or average value is widely used in the field of business. It is widely used in the field of business examination and also in the grievances for studying the behavioral result of the given data. So to study the result and the behavior and the grievances, for the grievances and for also business examination, we are using this concept of averages. Now let us consider, for example, to determine the average performance of a student in an examination, or to determine the average weight of a student, or to determine the average height of a student. So we are going to use the concept of averages. Now for example, to determine the performance of students in a class, the performance of students in any particular subject, or the performance of students in all the subjects, or the performance of the performance of a students in any particular examination. So similarly, the price and the weight of the commodities, to know the price and weight, average price, average weight of the commodities, and also the height of a plant, to know the height, average height of a plant, or the average weight of a student or average height of a student. So we are going to use the concept of averages. Now in this chapter, so we are going to study regarding different types of averages and the various applications. So in this chapter we are going to study regarding what is meant by an average and the different types of averages and the problems related to the application of averages. Now, so we need an average when we are dealing with the large number of a quantity. It is difficult to describe the entire data, the set of individuals. So why we need an average? We need an average when we are dealing with a large number of data or large number of quantities. It is difficult to describe the entire data set of an individual. So there we are going to use the concept of an average. So by an average involved, we can find a single value that is very close to all, a single value which is very close, a homogeneous, that is a single value which is very close to all, or a majority of individual value in a data set. The single value or typical value is called as the average. The single value which is very close or the value or typical value is called as an average. Now let us come to the definition of an average. What is an average? Average value of a set of quantity is the sum of the quantities, which is the sum of the quantities divided by the number of quantities. The sum of all quantities divided by the number of quantities will give the average. Suppose if there are 10 quantities, the sum of all 10 quantities divided by 10 will give the average of that particular value. So that is the average or average value of the set of quantity is the sum of the quantities divided by the total number of quantities in the set. The average is also called as the mean of the quantities. The mean, average is also called as the mean. You would have been studied in your previous class regarding the mean. Mean is nothing but an average. The sum of all the quantities divided by the total number of the quantities will give the mean for that particular quantity. Now that is average or mean is equal to sum of all the quantities, sum of the quantities divided by the number of quantities. Now an average will be efficient if and only if the following two conditions are satisfied. So, the average value will be efficient if and only if the following conditions are satisfied. What are the following conditions? The individual value is the data set must be homogeneous, it is same. The individual value in the data set must be homogeneous, that is same, and the value in the data set sum must fall within a normal range, that is the value in the data set sum must fall within a normal range. Now move on to the different types of averages. There are different kind of averages. In your syllabus you are going to study these three types of averages, that is simple average, weighted average and combined averages. So, first concept is the simple average. What is the meaning of a simple average? And then the second one is the weighted average, and the combined averages. These are the three different kinds of averages. So, let me discuss one by one. Let us take simple averages. What is a simple averages? Simple average, and what is the formula used to find the simple average, and what are the uses? Now, let us move on to the first one, simple average. Simple average means that is nothing but the arithmetic mean, that is nothing but the arithmetic mean. What is that? When an arithmetic average, the arithmetic average of a certain number of quantities or certain number of values, an arithmetic mean or an average of a certain number of quantities which are all of equal weightage, is required, a simple average is computed. Now, let us consider, let x1, x2, x3, xn are the values in a data set containing n number of quantities. Suppose if a data contains x1, x2, x3, xn, n number of quantities, then the average of the data is given by the simple average is equal to x bar, sum of all the quantities x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus etc. xn divided by n. So, that is denoted as x bar is called as the mean. It is also called as the mean, or it is also called as the simple average. It is called as the simple average, and this is given by x1 plus x2 plus x, that is nothing but sigma x I is equal to 1 to n divided by n. Sigma I is equal to 1 to n divided by n is nothing but the mean of the given quantity. x1 plus x2 plus x3 etc. xn divided by n is called the mean. Now, by knowing this, let us move on to some simple important problems. Now, you may expect these type of problems for 2 marks or 1 mark. Now, in a class of 10 students, how many students are there? 10 students, n is equal to 10. In a class of 10 students, the marks obtained in mathematics, are 80, 71, 35, 30, 46, 92, 67, 53, 76 and 28. What is the average marks? What is the mean? That is nothing but the average. Now, here the mean, or it is also called as the average marks. Average marks is equal to sum of all the quantities, sum of all the marks, that is 88 plus 71 plus 35 plus 30 plus 46 plus 92 plus 67 plus 53 plus 76 plus 28 divided by how many are there? There are 10. Already they are given, it is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So, therefore, this is x bar, the mean x bar is equal to, add this, that is it. Okay. If you add this, you are going to get it as 586 divided by 10, this is 58.6. So, therefore, the average or the mean x bar is equal to 58.6 marks. The average marks is 58.6, that is it. Just add all the quantities divided by the number of quantities, 10 will give the answer. Hope you followed. Very simple. Now, move on to the next problem. Similar type problem. The heights of 10 girls. How many girls are there? Already they have given 10 girls. N is equal to 10 girls. The height of 10 girls in a dance class are 90 centimeters, 95 centimeters, 100 centimeters, 98 centimeters, 102 centimeters, 110 centimeters, 105 centimeters, 98 centimeters, 102 centimeters, 99 centimeters. Find the average height. So, the height of 10 girls are given, we have to find the average. So, that is nothing but x bar is nothing but the mean, or it is also called as the average. So, the average height is equal to, just add it. So, what is the first value? So, 90 centimeters, 90 plus 95 plus 100, then 90, 95, 100, 98, then plus 102 centimeters plus 110, 110 plus 105 plus 97, then plus 102 again plus 99, whole divided by, count how many numbers are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. Now, what is this equal to? X bar is equal to this 10 as it is. Now, add all the quantities. If you add this in the numerator, you will get 998. 998 by 10 is equal to 99.8. So, the average height is equal to 99.8 centimeters. That's it. 99.8 centimeters is the average height. So, the average height of the girl, the average height of the girls is 99.8 centimeters. Hope you followed. Now, on to the next problem. What is the problem here? The age of 10 boys in a class, the ages are given. The age of 10 boys in a class are 4.3, 4.4, 4, 4.2, 4.3, 4.5, 4.7, 4.6, 4.5 and 4.8 years, the ages of 10 boys. What is the average age? Same as usual. How many boys are there? There are 10 boys. So, 10 boys. The average is nothing but the mean. Average age. Average age is equal to x bar is equal to, add this, that is 4.3 plus 4.4 plus 4 plus 4.2 plus 4.3 plus 4.5 plus 4.6 plus 4.5 plus 4.8 years divided by, how many are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 boys. Let me write 4.3, 4.4, 4, 4.2, 4.3, 4.5, 4.7 is also there. Here it is 4.7. 4.7 is also there, divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10, right. Now, therefore, x bar is equal to, add this. What is the answer you are going to get? So, for all 4 tens are 40, 0.3 plus 0.4 plus 0.2 plus 0.3, 0.5, 0.6, 0.5. So, 8 and so if you add this, you are going to get it as 44.3 divided by 10. 44.3 by 10 is nothing but 4.43. So, therefore, the average x bar is equal to, the average age is equal to 4.43 is the average age. Average age. Average age is equal to 4.43. That's it. Okay. Hope you followed. Now, let's move on to the next type problem. These are all very simple problem for 1 mark. Now, move on to the next problem. The average age of 10 boys, average age of 10 boys in a class is 13 years. What is the sum of their ages? Here, the average age of 10 boys, number of boys are 10. The average age of 10 boys in a class is, x bar is given, 13 years. 13 years. What is the sum? sum we have to find out, the sum of the ages. Sum is to be determined. Sum of their ages is to be determined, right? Sigma x is to be determined. Now, let us consider the sum of the ages be x. Let sum of the age is equal to x. Then, what is the formula? We know the average is equal to sum of the ages divided by n. Average is equal to, what is the average given? That is x bar is given, 13 is equal to x divided by n. N is nothing but 10. Cross multiply. 13 into 10 is equal to x. So, therefore, x is equal to 130. That means the sum of their ages. Therefore, the sum of the ages, the sum of the ages is equal to 130. Sum of the ages is equal to 130. That's it. See, very simple. The number of students are 10. The average age of 10 students is 13 years. So, sum of is to be determined. What is the sum of their ages? So, average is equal to x divided by n. If x is the sum of the ages, then x divided by 10, cross multiplied 10 into 13 is equal to x. Therefore, the sum of the ages is equal to 130. That's it. Hope you followed, right? So, therefore, the sum of the ages is equal to 100 and sum of the ages is equal to 130 years. That's it. Now, move on to the next problem. Same type problem. The weight of 6 men. How many men? 6 men. The weight of 6 men are 90 kg, 70.5 kg, 56 kg, 45.5 kg, 85 kg and 78 kg. Find the average weight. Okay. These are all simple 1 mark, 2 marks example problems for simple averages. Now, so here what is given? N is equal to 6 men and what is to determine is x bar mean. Average weight x bar is equal to the mean, that is nothing but the average weight. So, this is equal to, just add 90 kg plus 70.5 kgs plus 56 plus 45.5 kgs plus 85 kgs plus 78 kgs whole divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N is equal to 6. So, therefore, x bar, the mean average is equal to, if you add this, what is the answer you are going to get? So, if you add this, you are going to get it as 425 divided by 6. Now, divide it, 425 divided by 6. 425 by 6 is equal to, so if you divide, then you are going to get it as 70.83 kg. That's it. So, therefore, the average weight is equal to, what is the average weight? 70.83 kg is the average weight. That's it. So, these are few problems for simple averages. So, the next concept is the weighted averages. So, that we will study in the next class. So, that's all regarding today's session. Let us meet with a different concept in the next session. Thank you very much.